What? I didn't understand a one word you said. Ron, are you okay? Ron. Ron, where are you?
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
And that is how these last two episodes of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier had me. I don't know about y'all. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We have our special guests, G-Blakk and Mr. Deacon.
Mr. Deacon.
Deacon Experience. What's going on, everybody?
What's good? Can y'all hear me, man?
Oh yeah. This is our
Royalty
we are
in the building,
doing
man.
the
I'm
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Mr. Deacon.
yeah.
You caught me, my bro. You caught me, man. I was working on something, man. The kids upstairs watching King Kong and Godzilla, and I had everything up here. I had to run around and move. I said, "Oh shit, man, you called me, and I got to move it around." So it is what I got to represent. I got a lot of love for you, so I got to do that.
Oh yeah. We are in our season finale of not only Blur's Eye View, but Blur's Eye View After Dark, which is also coinciding with the season finale of The Falcon and Winter Soldier, or as we have affectionately has seen in the last title card, Captain America in the Winter Soldier. These last two episodes,
the Winter Soldier and Falcon's sister.
look, I've been joking, but this is the truth.
Bucky was like, "Hey,
Bucky may not like Marvin Gaye, but he damn sure likes
want
chalk."
some of that chocolate.
So for those who, this is the spoiler episodes. We always do the spoilers on this show, but just to reiterate what they've done. Here you got two different pictures from the show and two different pictures from the comics. And I'll be damned if they didn't nail it.
Nailed it.
They definitely put some work on that.
Oh yeah.
Like seeing this scene, and this was the last episode. So seeing him fly in and wearing this had my ass giddy. I knew it was going to be there, but to actually see it
and for it to look like, you know what I'm saying,
crisp,
like carbon copy of the comics. I mean, detail. They talking about detail? They
didn't play. There was so many moments in this last episode, and I gotta say, man, I shed some tears because, and not sad tears neither. These were like
comic tears.
Yeah, these were kind of like, but everything he was doing resonated with Black people.
That speech.
That, oh my God, that speech that he gave that senator, I'm sitting there like, he literally made it that simple. He shut you down that easy.
What do you suppose we do? He literally had a power to stop wars and feed people with a phone call or email, and y'all niggas talking about what can we do?
He was like, it's
y'all got all the power.
And then he like, you don't understand, it's complicated. He said, I'm a Black man wearing the stars and stripe. Don't tell me what complicated is. I'm like,
don't get no more complicated than that.
No doubt. I'm surprised Isaiah gave the approval. Even after the 30 years, I'm surprised he gave the approval. You know, he had a grin on his face, but I would still be mad as hell.
He said he had that level of, he understood it at that point.
Yeah.
He understood it at that point. And he was like, it was like this was the shot in the arm that Isaiah needed.
Yeah.
And he
got
was
him back
like,
out there.
He got it. Yeah, he got him back. Oh my God. That scene alone.
Yeah,
that scene alone
that one got me.
Had me. I was like, I ain't gonna
cry.
That
scene right here.
Don't you cry?
When he showed him that, and I was like, and then he shook his hand, and I'm like, if you hug him, it's a wrap.
Over.
Yeah. And he did it, and I'm like,
son of a bitch.
Damn. Because you felt that. You were just like, oh God. Like he did it because Isaiah was so worried about, like, if you put my name back out there, I might end up dead.
Yeah.
And he did it without them knowing. Sam kept his word, and this is one of the reasons why Steve picked him.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Flat out.
I mean, from jump, that whole last episode was like fucking Fast and the Furious 1. It was like
From beginning
balls to the
to end.
walls action.
Mhm.
He was getting it in like
When he flew in and how he was utilizing the shield, bro, that was so
nah,
Yeah.
And I'm
That
just like,
action scene
dude,
was-
you belong with the shield. That
Yeah.
makes so much more sense.
and
And
they showed that Rocky montage paid off though. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? With
now
him.
let's talk about that. His training alone. Now, this let me tell you how you read scenes. All right, when he's running, when you're shooting a film, your only care if it's just that one character, they're supposed to be dead center. Did anybody pick up that when he was running, that he was just slightly to what would have been his right?
Yeah, he was in the thirds though. So,
Yeah, he was in third,
Yeah.
but
It
that
reminded me
whole
of like Captain America was gonna come on his left.
there it is. That
Yeah.
right there. He left that whole left side open, signifying like this is Cap. This is Cap.
Yeah.
no
Like
doubt.
he's always
I'm running
always
with Cap.
winning.
I got that feeling like I'm still running with Cap.
Yeah. And it's like he found his
Stride.
confidence and his stride and everything. When he literally got his ass out there and trained.
Yeah.
And then like when he tells Bucky, he was like, "No, dude, man, stay with us, man. Stay the night with us. It's cool." And that was the first time Bucky woke up in a comfortable setting and smiling.
No nightmares.
No nightmares. He woke up seeing two kids playing with the shield, and he had a smile on his face. Now you can read it however you want, because he probably was like,
Hey, kids.
I'm gonna be your daddy soon. That type of look. Oh, but and that's on the joking side. But at the same time,
he done got soft though, man. He not the winter soldier. He like the fall soldier now.
No,
I'm just saying because he when he was winter soldier, he went hard. The look in his eye, everything. I'm coming to kill this mission. All y'all dying. Now he just comical, and I like it. It's
well,
cool.
But see, that was the purpose. He doesn't like being known.
No doubt.
As the Winter Soldier, that's a part of him.
I don't even know if he liked the feeling of when he was the Winter Soldier.
No, he doesn't because it's part of him.
He wasn't in control.
Yeah, it's a part of him that, like you said, he wasn't in control. He didn't like who he was, and he didn't like the things he did, and he had no control, and he was dealing with that. And yet, like in the episode? Well, was it 4 or 3 or 4, where he's talking to Sam? He's like he's still mad at Sam because Sam gave that shield up, and. Yeah. He was like, if Steve's wrong about you, he's wrong about me, and he's banking everything he got, on Steve and Sam, because it was like Steve's like Steve was his that was his boy, that was his home. They grew up together,
no doubt.
They were in the shit together, So he was like, Steve always had his back, no matter what, and he was just like, this dude believes in me. I went through some shit, and he still believed in me,
no doubt.
So. Thoughts on the last 2 episodes. We'll start with, I guess, G-Blakk. We'll start with G-Blakk. Your thoughts, man.
Man, honestly, I was blown away. Initially, I wanted to watch Mortal Kombat first because I felt like Falcon and Winter Soldier. I felt like there was more invested for me because obviously we watched the episodes leading up to it. So I'm like, okay, let me watch Mortal Kombat and get that out the way and then watch it. But I realized like, nah, I really want to see this. So I sat down and watched it at 3:00. But man, it was so amazing just to see how beautiful, because I'm a writer. So even when I'm watching movies and stuff, I'm watching the writing of it. And so to see the beauty of how they told this story of, Sam and Bucky and inherently Steve also, but really more so telling Sam's story of being a black man becoming Captain America. But the way that they told that, and even though Isaiah was only in like 2 episodes, it was like to be able to have him appear in the limited appearances that he had, but have such an impact to the overall story. So you kind of got to get his story and Sam's story of becoming Captain America at the same time. So, man, I was extremely happy. There was certain aspects of it that I thought they could have done better, certain reveals or whatever. But overall, man, I was extremely happy with it. It was amazing.
What you think, Deacon? What you think?
Oh man, right now, if I was the creators of Marvel and DC, they should have did the flip flop. They should have gave Falcon and Winter Soldier 9 and gave WandaVision 6. That's what they should have. You know what I'm saying?
I think originally with both those shows, I think WandaVision was supposed to have 10, but thanks to COVID. And then I think Captain America and Winter Soldier was supposed to get 7. But, you know, their shooting schedule and everything else. So but considering the fact that that was the hurdle they were met with and they still managed to deliver, it says a lot about what's going on over there in that production house. It says a lot. They're just like, the world shut down. It's just barely opening up, and we still managed to give you two top quality shows that managed to deliver messages, that really strong messages. And Lord, kudos to those guys. Their writers' room alone. And DC, what did you, before we go on, DC, what did you think?
Man. To be honest,
I
don't know.
God damn it. Well, go ahead.
Yeah, because I'm still processing, man. Come back to me. Let him finish, because
you good?
Because I mean, it was quality. I'm talking about like high quality writing, the scenes, the graphics, the images, just when you think about like the business we're in, you think about telling a story, that's how you want to tell it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even in 6 episodes, they put so much into it, but it doesn't feel like it was too much, and it doesn't feel like it was enough at the same time. You know what I mean? Because you got Sharon Carter, who ended up being a power broker.
Or did she? Because see,
I don't know.
I looked at it like this. This is how I looked at it. Marvel doesn't do reveals like this.
Yep.
It was too easy to guess.
Yeah.
You know, and for her to get on the phone right afterwards, and I'm like, okay, who is she talking to?
She also never confirmed that she was the power broker. Even when they addressed her, she never affirmed the response and say, "Yeah, I am." So
kind of, sort of, but she didn't. But at the same time,
but she was balling out. It wasn't hard to tell.
But see, here's the thing: Sharon is an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Is she though? I mean, like,
really,
what is that? Which means
used to
it's
be
nothing. There's nothing more in an agency. There's always they're all double agents, triple agents.
Yeah, that's true.
When we last seen Sharon prior to this, at the end of Civil War, she was getting a job at the FBI. How did you end up going to the FBI to all of a sudden probably being...
Was it Civil War?
No, she said when she gave up the shield, she said, as soon as I gave the shield,
she was on a run. I know at the end of what was that?
Civil
America?
Civil War.
Winter Soldier.
Okay, it was Winter Soldier.
When Hydra took everything down, that's when it was.
Okay, that's when it was. Okay.
After she gave them the shield, she was on a run.
But think about it, when Zemo, I forget what.
No. That was Civil War because she gave the shield up, and Sam was like, "I bet not see nobody flying around in that suit out there." She gave them all their stuff back. That's when they went and got Ant-Man and Hawkeye.
Yeah. Yep.
That's when she said, "I ain't seen my parents since that joint. I can't even call them."
She went on a run after Civil War.
Yeah.
She got the job with the CIA after the Winter Soldier.
Or did she? Like I said, double agent. Because we get introduced to somebody else in these last 2 episodes, and it's Contessa Valentina. I always forget all her name, but it's the Contessa.
De La Fontaine or something like that.
De La Fontaine, yeah. Now,
Dreyfus, something like that.
Yeah, it's Julie Louise Dreyfus who's playing the role. Now, if you know comic book lore, and if you don't, I'm going to explain it. The Contessa has ties to Nick Fury in the books, the original Nick Fury. Ties such that goes as far as not just working, but physical as well. Every time she shows up, you don't know what side of the fence she's on. All you know is she's for herself. She's been an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D. She's been Madam Hydra. She's been part of AIM. So she's always had her hands somewhere that only benefited her and whomever she's working with. Case in point, and it was played out perfectly when she's talking to John Walker's wife, and they see what happened with Zemo, and she was like, "Oh, that couldn't have happened better if I planned it myself, or did I? I didn't, or did I? And she kept flip flopping it, and you didn't know what side she stood on, and then we still don't know who she's actually working for. Is it Ross? We don't know. Zemo is still calling shots, and he's in the raft. You know, I'm like, who was
like they're heavily hinting towards Ross.
Yeah, you know, like is it Ross? I mean, let's face it. Zemo has become a very standout villain.
I like
villain.
Like
yeah.
You know, and he's very he's very calm and calculated in his exposure to whatever his plans are, and he doesn't fight it back. You know, when he knew not to fight the door. There was no
I know. I like how
he seen that ass whooping. He was like, he seen that ass whooping. He's like,
you better off fight Bucky.
You're right.
He's like, damn. All right, no doubt. You know.
So it goes to show you that there is so much. You know, Marvel has never been one in to like reveal, like Sharon's the power broker. I'm like, I told you. I'm like, I am at the point now. I don't care about the theories. It's fun to have them, you know, and everybody who's either watching or listening to the show, it's fun to have the theories. Don't get disappointed when your theory isn't proven.
Exactly.
Have fun with this, because between WandaVision and now Captain America Winter Soldier, look, we had a shit ton of theories with WandaVision. Ton of theories.
Hey, I was damn near on the money, baby. You know it.
The only thing I was concerned about was Monica. I didn't give a damn about much else after that, you know, when she walked onto the scene. But watching Captain America and Winter Soldier, I didn't make any theory calls because I was enjoying every bit of what I was getting. And they were like, man, you know, they were like 6 episodes. I'm like, man, it should be longer. And I'm like, trust me, in 6 episodes, you're gonna get a lot. And we got a shit ton of story.
For Carly, man.
But see, yes, like Sam said, I understand your fight. I'm with you on your fight, just not the way you're doing it. Because she had a very valid point.
No doubt.
She had a very valid point, you know, and which is where part of that speech stems from. You know, he said it. He was like, you have the power to stop all this shit with a phone call, with an email, all of that. But the problem is, who's in that room with you? And he said it with such conviction and confidence, and it's all on camera. And that was the beautiful part. Like when he first landed in there, like, who are you? He was like, I'm Captain America. Didn't stutter, kept it moving, didn't lose a stride.
Oh, the funny part was when the black guy was like, "Oh, that's the Black Falcon." He's like, "No, that's Captain America."
Right? Like he confirmed that. He confirmed that, and he showed it. I'm like, oh, this is good. And when they were down there in the little construction site, fighting off some of those people, and that shield comes flying through there, and I'm like, my man is on it. He owned it. He owned it.
Yeah. If you notice though, I like the way they did it too. The velocity, it wasn't Cap. When you could tell that it's not Cap. It didn't have that snap.
It didn't have that. Yeah, it didn't have that.
You know what I'm saying? But you knew.
It still got the efficiency. It got the job done. It got the job done, right?
Because if Cap would have come when he first busted through that glass, if Cap would have caught dude, he went flying. You know, that one dude he just dropped. You know, because Falcon don't have that type of strength like that.
Yeah.
You know, but you see, I like the little nuances and the subtleties that they did it. It was. I love that last. I don't know. Rotten Tomatoes is hating on this last episode real bad.
Oh my god!
Wow.
And I don't.
Well, see,
oh come on,
this
bro.
is-
Come
this
on.
is
It's
what-
Black Brothers
now-
on here right now.
yeah.
We know why.
Yeah,
We know why.
we know where
Okay.
it's going because see
You
now
know.
this is a story that was told and the run where Ta-Nehisi Coates was writing it, and this same exact story was told. And I remember people, not the clear people. I remember them. I was hearing rumblings. I was hearing rumblings. They were like, it doesn't have to be about race. It's not about politics. And I'm looking like, yes, the fuck it is. It always is. The book is called Captain America. Like the first appearance literally has the man punching out Hitler. Do not preach to me that it's not about politics. That and this is why I've always said when people ask me like who are my favorite characters, is Cap and Black Panther. You know, because these are two opposites. They're not even opposites. These are two men who believe literally in the same thing of doing the right thing. And you know, Cap, you know, they're like, yeah, but Cap's white. Cap is literally, if I don't see color, was a person. Like he always treated Sam in the books. He's always treated Sam as his equal, as his partner, not a sidekick, not his backup. That's his brother. Just like Bucky is his boy. Sam is his boy. Yeah. And that's how he's always treated him. He Steve has always been that embodiment of what this country should be across the board. Like he was never a government man. Never a government man.
Yeah, especially when he gave up the shield because they pissed him off.
Yeah.
So I don't even believe he's like, I don't even believe in this no more. I'm gonna let this ride.
Yeah, I'm gonna let this go.
Walk away. Walk away.
Like I create a whole new identity because I don't need that.
No man.
And he did it. And this is what, you know, I like how they address that in the show when the Contessa says it, you know, when she's talking to John Walker and she's like, here's a little dirty state secret. The shield doesn't belong to the government. And I'm like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't belong to them. Howard Stark made it. Howard Stark had a contract with the government to build some stuff. That doesn't mean it was theirs.
Exactly. Where did he get it from? You know, where did he get it from? You know what I'm saying? You know, they don't play over there. You know, they coming for you.
I'm like, these are the Starks we're talking about. Even Tony said it. He was like, when him and Steve got in that fight, you know, in Civil War, and he told him, he was like, that's not yours. It's not, because technically it's the Stark's weapon. His daddy built it, and like, come on, the man's a freaking genius. So was his father. So you don't think he didn't have a stipulation in place saying, hey, I'm just helping you. I didn't say you owned anything. My name is on it. My name is on it.
Yeah, it's not yours. It's not yours. You know, like,
you don't deserve that shield, Cap.
He dropped it. He had his shit.
Yeah, right. That's what he was like. The shield never made me.
Can we get it on John Walker, man? Because he redeemed himself to me.
Yeah, he did.
Did he?
He actually
kind of sort of.
In a sense,
kind of sort of.
I think they want us to feel like he did, but they definitely left breadcrumbs to show that he really didn't. In terms of we know where this goes.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing with John Walker: when he was standing in front of the council, that entire argument he had is true.
He was right. Yeah,
he was absolutely right.
That's what I mean.
You know, and it's a story. And Deacon, you a veteran.
Oh yeah, I stood in front of the man.
Yeah, you know, so he knows. He said it. He was like, I only did what you showed me what to do. I did everything you asked me to do.
That's right,
and it was true. Mandates. Yeah, you know, the only reason why he's standing up here, damn near court-martialed, is because it was caught on camera.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you what, being a veteran, when they said he had no benefits, I was like, oh God. You know,
me and my wife was watching it.
Streets like that, dog.
Yeah, me and my wife was watching it. I'm like, okay, they took your title and your benefits. Damn.
Not the bennies.
Not the bennies.
I was hurt. I was like, oh Lord, have mercy.
My nigga can't even afford to get sick no more. Like,
I'm like,
I mean, he a super soldier. He's cool.
You can't
But
walk
now,
in
yeah.
that. You can't walk in that bitch. Bye. Turn your ass
I
around.
was like, that's a.
It's hell.
I'm like, damn, y'all wasn't even. He was like, you don't have a title, you have no benefit. I'm like, so you just going, damn, you already took the title from
in
him.
that moment. John Walker felt like a black man.
Hey, I swear, bro. I was just about to say that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In that moment, he was opposed. He was oppressed. He had his shit taken from him. He pretty much was a man without a country.
That's it. That's it.
He was black for when.
And that's why when he got his U.S. agent suit, he was like, I'm back. He wanted to feel like he belonged to something.
Nah, I just
that's
think
what
he
it
wanted
was.
That,
that costume hard as fuck. By the
that
way,
costume is hard though. That black on white and red.
You know, that's why he was so excited. He was like, I'm back, because he had nothing. He literally was left with nothing. You know, Deacon didn't see it earlier, but you know, there was an extra credit scene after he built that shield. After he built that shield.
I hope this ain't that.
Oh yeah, it is. Hold on, this is that extra scene.
Fucked up. What the Sam hell?
Jesus Christ!
It looked like that old trash ass shield he was swinging around.
It was.
This got all did he was swinging. I said, no.
Yeah, they jumped.
Hey, he looked so pissed when he looked down at it. Oh man.
I was
I'm
like,
shit out of that fucking trash.
I'm like, you
lid.
know, the weight on that thing was crazy, but it wouldn't have mattered because he got the serum in the system. But I'm like, it's not going to have nearly the same effect that you wanted to. Yeah, it'll deflect something here and there, but when somebody get
when
to
he threw it and then it bounced back to him and it hit the ground, and the disgust on his face, he knew
I know.
Shit.
He was sick, dog.
He was sick. It was worse when he got his ass beat by the door. He was just like, pink.
Hey,
they just dropped.
Hey, I don't care what nobody say. That was the hardest scene.
Yep.
When they just like bing bing, and when she shut him down, like tick 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 tick, and his arm just dropped. He was like, "Oh, bitch, you got me." He dropped his arm like he didn't know what to do. Like for
Up,
real.
down, left, right, left.
Do that.
Was it up, down, left, right,
And
A,
she
B.
did a she did a Nintendo Contra on that nigga. They up, down, left, right, square. You know, he was done. He ain't do nothing. That was wonderful.
But yeah, if there were some very the show alone just speaks volumes. And I gotta say, yeah, the speech hit me, but every time Isaiah Bradley was on screen, Carl Lumbly, let's just give it up to Carl Lumbly. All right,
there you go. Yeah,
let's just give it up to Carl Lumbly. One of the first black superheroes to be in a live action show, and that was the Mantis. That was Mantis. He played the hell out there. I love that show until they, Fox.
Yeah, I remember. Damn, you telling age, bro. Don't put us out there like that, bro.
He was Mantis.
Yep, he was.
Yeah, he was Mantis.
Don't do it.
That was that weird looking costume.
Yeah,
like
the black suit with the exoskeleton.
Because he was paraplegic. Yep. And
shit,
Gina Torres was in the show. Everything. Yeah. Oh my God, I used to love that show. And then he became the voice of Martian Manhunter for the Justice League cartoon and Justice League Unlimited. Yeah. Oh yeah. And he plays the Martian Manhunter's father on Supergirl.
Wow, that's crazy.
So full circle. So yeah, shout out to Carl Lumbly, man. Every time he showed up on the scene and telling this painful parallel story about what he had to go through. And if you black and you know the history of the Tuskegee experiment and everything else, you just sitting there like, and I mean, he said it with such pain.
Yeah, the pain in his voice was shit.
He was like, "Hey, I went back to save them men, and they put my ass in jail for 30 years." I'm like,
That's right.
And the Cap did the same thing, and they gave him a good man.
And they hailed him as a hero, and which there's nothing against Cap. both what these men did
They did
are
the same
heroes.
thing, Chris.
They did the same exact thing.
Listen, 'cause I hate when I hate the argument that they did the same thing and they weren't. He did the same thing Cap did and got different results.
Exactly.
You know, because he was black. I mean, I'm not
Exactly.
going.
There's
He
nothing
should have been held
sugarcoat.
as a hero. He should have been given the same honor Cap was, but he wasn't.
And to put
he was experimented on for 30 years and put in jail.
And to put salt on the wound, his wife is trying to write to him, and he didn't get not one letter.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, damn, y'all just pouring salt on the wound now.
They had to declare this man dead to give him freedom.
Do y'all think when Steve went back at the end of Endgame and he lived his life through and got his dance and everything, do you think, because he didn't know about Isaiah the first time through, do you think he found out about Isaiah the second time?
Hell no.
I know, because the government had kept that so under wraps that
they
he
declared
didn't even
this
know.
man dead.
Yeah, because like that happened. That happened
I
with
wonder
him.
if that influenced his decision for giving the shield to Sam.
That's a damn good question.
That is a good question.
You brought that up. Now it's making me rethink it that quick.
Yeah, I don't even. Wow.
Because you think if he went back and he had a second chance, and there's things that he could see the second time around because he wasn't frozen. You got to remember, this probably happened after he was frozen. That when they was trying to, because they were trying to recreate all this shit.
Yeah.
So he already in the ground frozen, so he had no idea because he wasn't there. He go back the second time. This time he can live through life. He's going through the ranks and all that stuff. So maybe he did find out about it, but maybe it was too late.
That's the thing. Where did Cap come into play when he went back? We don't know. Right. Did he go back? Did he go back to the crib immediately? Did he decide to bail out the bomber? I ain't crashing shit. I'm out now. Right. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know exactly.
Maybe he could have took that fight differently because he knew.
And that brings me to the next piece of news. They already have said that Captain America 4 is in the works.
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that.
And it's by the same writers who did this show. And not only that, but Steve Rogers, he's not going to be in this one, but Steve Rogers is also getting a story told about him. So maybe we might get some answers.
What did Chris Evans say? Did he say he was done or what?
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard that
Chris
he was
Evans
kind of like
he's very vague.
He said he would like to play it again.
Yeah, he's very vague. I think it was just on the sets. It was on the shoulders of Disney. And I'm like, I know he's still open to do it. I know that. As a matter of fact, the entire cast is very much open to still playing their roles. It's just, this is the end of the line for a good majority of them.
We don't know, man.
We don't know.
This shit is crazy. They can do anything.
Yeah.
You might pop up and be like, damn, what the hell? He's like, yeah, I don't know. It's crazy.
Right.
We might see.
He might just be playing it cool because he know he back.
Exactly.
Yeah, with the multiverse about to get cracked open, ain't no telling.
I mean, because with the multiverse, nigga, anything can happen.
Yeah, thanks to Loki, because now that's getting ready to come up pretty soon.
Now I'm kind of, I don't know if I'm on the fence because we had WandaVision, then we had Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and both of them were really grabbing in the beginning. I want to make sure that I'm not going into this trying to compare Loki to these two and hope it had the same standards.
You know what? I'm gonna put it to you like I
want it to be great as the other two, but at the same time,
I'm gonna tell you, DC. I'm gonna tell you like somebody else said, I don't know about this one. I'm like, is it by Disney and Marvel? And I'm like, yes. I'm like,
well, that's not the first
thing I say. I say 10 years, 23 films.
See, that's not the question. The argument for me is we had WandaVision tell the story of love and redemption and trying to do anything you can to get this love back. Captain Falcon and the Winter Soldier was race and this people being displaced and refugees and this whole terrorist idea and people being disenfranchised. Now Loki is going to be something totally different. So I can't go in with these same feelings that I had with this, expecting that to be this because it's supposed to be time travel and what I'm saying, a little bit of multiverse and this and
so
that.
I can answer some of that too. I can say just like this. They started out this entire thing with science, which was Iron Man. And then they did the period piece, which was Captain America. and then they did the fantasy piece, which was Thor, and then they did the big team thing, and then they turned around and said, okay, now let's do magic. Now you got Doctor Strange. Let's do the space opera. Now you got Guardians of the Galaxy. So now at this point, they're just like Deacon said, there's literally at this point nothing they can't manage to tell a great story. And Loki being probably one of the first major villains that is, how would you say, he's likable or tolerable. Tolerable is probably the best word.
No, he's likable.
But
he's likable.
He's likable. He's very charming in what he does.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, let's face it, Tom, when Tom Hiddleston steps on the scene, you're just like, yeah, we're gonna get something good out of this.
Mm-hmm.
British actor. Why the hell?
Hey, he plays the. I don't give a damn what nobody say, man. He plays the hell out of Loki, dude.
He does.
He's
I know he's gonna be good in this, but I'm worried about. I don't know what to expect from this. You know what I'm saying?
But think about the fact that Loki's been around the majority of the MCU, and as far as a character, we don't really know much about him.
Yeah.
So it almost leaves this is like a blank slate for us to not only explore the various aspects in terms of science and time travel and stuff, but I think, and this is just me speculating, but I think we're going to finally get to see like those elements of Loki that are the human elements, because Loki isn't from Asgard. So I think
Frost Giants.
I think as the damage that he causes when he takes the cosmic cube and everything, I think once he sees the the fallout from all of that, we're gonna get to see, not to say another redemption story, but in a way of he's going to recognize and realize it's the fallout of a decision or a choice that he made, and kind of have to correct that. And in that, we get a lot of character work that I think we're going to get to see.
Yeah, and not only that, they're going to be exploring a lot. I mean, I seen that from the very first teaser they showed with the Loki title card, where the letters keep changing different fonts.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, this is meaning something. What it means, I don't know yet.
But here's okay. Let me explain it a little different. Here's why I'm not really worried about the show. I just don't want to go into it because this is not
with
the
that
Loki
high expectation.
this is not the Loki we know from out through.
This is just the Loki from the Avengers.
This is Loki from New York, from the Battle of New York. So he hasn't went through all the other the humanizing things he went through, you know what I'm saying, in the dark world
and everything,
losing his mom and dad died and all that. This is death and kill Loki.
Pre-redemption.
Yeah, this is death and kill Loki. So I'm like, what are we getting here?
Yeah,
that's what I'm looking at it like. This is death and purge and kill and mischief Loki. This ain't I've seen things Loki. This is young teenage wilding out Loki.
Yeah,
like he has a preview.
For the previews that he starts to evolve to what happened, before they ran into Thanos.
They're showing him.
Yeah,
I think they're showing him what would have been had he continued down that path that the original Loki did. Loki A or B, depending on how you look at him, is that B was from New York, A died from Thanos. So B is starting to be shown this stuff from the Time Force. I don't know the name, chronologicals. Whoever the time police are, I can't always forget the name.
The TVT.
TVA. They're showing him these visions. So I think that's what we're gonna see. I just don't know what to expect, is all I'm saying. Like, it looks good. I'm going to watch it for sure, no doubt. But I'm going into it like, okay, this is Loki from New York. He was still wilding out before he got the cube. So I wonder how they're going to develop him. Are they going to take the same path from the movies, or kind of switch it up on us and give us something a little different? But at the end, he becomes, the person who sacrificed his life for Thor.
Did y'all see on that one scene, there was like somebody, it looked like some type of like courtroom or something, but there was like a face, like three faces, like on the wall in the back.
Tribunal.
Y'all think that was a living tribunal?
Yeah, it was either the living tribunal or the different faces.
I think they said it was the living tribunal.
No, it is the Living Tribune.
Yeah.
Living
Okay.
Tribune. Okay.
Okay.
And don't forget that in Doctor Strange, remember what you call it? He had that whip, the whip of the
Yeah.
Living Tribune.
Yeah,
Remember that?
yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Man, who had that? Who had it? Was the
Hodor.
It was
Mordo.
yeah.
Mordo, yep. So it's a lot, man. And the multiverse when they come out, it's a lot of.
It's gonna be.
Oh
huge.
man, and then
I'm waiting on that
Black
Doctor Strange.
Widow coming. They Corona only gonna last so long, and Marvel gonna
Right.
get back on it. They're gonna get back on it, and I
mean,
can't
they've already
wait,
shown and proven that because they're just like, guess what? You had a whole year of not one Marvel thing to come out.
And now we about to hit your
I'm
niggas
kind of
in the
worried
head.
about
And
Black
I was
Widow.
upset, sad. I was
You and me both. You and me
I
both.
know.
They pushed it back for so long at this point, and they haven't done any reshoots on it, so it's still the same movie. So, and it was supposed to be like the first one that came out. So, I think in that it takes a lot of pressure off of it in terms of we don't have a certain level of expectations, whereas now we already have Falcon and we'll have Loki, all these different things before seeing it, and it's like not only. Unless it's some like super plot twist that they come up with.
Yeah.
Not only is this like a movie that's takes place in a period of time in the past, but we know ultimately it doesn't matter because she dies. So it's like unless they find some way to surprise the hell out of me, I don't see where this even goes. It almost feels pointless to watch it.
Well, see, I thought the same thing because when it was first announced, and I'm like, well, Natasha's dead. And I know from comic book lore, I know there's always been more than one Black Widow because you have Yelena Belova, but the fan favorite has been Natasha. And even in the books, it's been the fan favorite. So I'm like, are they trying to introduce? Because Yelena's in this film. I'm like, are they introduce Yelena for some reason? Is this how they're going forward? At this point, I don't know what card Marvel is getting ready to pull because. Right now, they got one hell of a poker face. I can tell you that damn much.
Here's the problem. I think they meant for it to come out before all this stuff, but Corona messed that up. So now it's like we still got to put it out because we didn't put all this money into it. But I'm with G-Blakk. Like I don't know if it's a point to it as far as in order of watching it now that we didn't see all this other stuff happen before, and we know this stuff is going in progression. This movie just feels like it's just going out just because they have to put it out at this point.
Yeah.
Well, see, what I do know of the film is this takes place. I think they said
after Civil War, right? Before
after.
Yeah.
Okay. So
be after Civil War.
Something is happening. Something significant is happening.
Yeah.
And it has to, and it starts there. So listen once again, because see now they're playing, and they've done it already with Captain Marvel. They are already like, all right, why all of this was going on? We're going to double back and show you what happens here that's going to affect something later on.
Right.
I'm gonna watch it, but at the same time, I'm with him as far as the expectation of it. I don't really, and like I said, unless it's the plot is to show us what she did or to introduce, some other characters, because I know there's other characters in it. As far as like gonna make it red or something like that.
I almost called him Captain Canadian.
I
know you, but Hopper from Stranger Things. The new Hellboy.
Red Guardian.
Yeah, Red Guardian.
Red Guardian. Yep.
And so, because
I don't know what that was about.
Because his color scheme.
Canadian. You think about Captain
his color scheme. Its color scheme is like Captain Canadian. He has the same color scheme, and their suits look damn near the same.
Maybe they got the same tailor, but
Luke Cage.
I'm looking for. I mean, like I said, I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not going into it. Like I said, I'm hoping that it does have some significance with what's going on going forward. But it felt like it's not too little, too late. But the timing is just, and I know it's all because of COVID. Because you got to push it back, and you want to.
Yeah, COVID's bitch ass messed up everything.
But
and it will be coined as such until further notice. Shit, COVID. Oh, you
goddamn 19. Motherfuckers.
Candy B always tells me like, you better quit doing that. Kobe gonna come get your ass. I'm like, man, I'm not even concerned at this point. I'm like, you took a whole year from my ass. This ain't a John Walker situation where you're gonna take my benefits too. This
I don't know. It might take your title. You're no longer Chris Fury. You're
right.
a state podcast.
And
for henceforth, you will be just known as.
Don't do it.
It's gonna be good though.
Yeah,
I mean, I trust Marvel.
Yeah, I mean, it's Marvel, so it's always gonna be good. It's just, man, I wish it would have came out sooner.
Yeah, see, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, and I think this is what I love about not just Marvel in itself, but just the MCU, what they're doing. This is what I love about it because they give you that uncertainty. Yeah. Like, you don't even know what pocket they're coming out of next. And, we can theorize, we can guess, we can do all that above. At the end of the day, they're like, look, they still about to pull in some bank.
They always deliver.
I'm hoping my little Disney stock could do a little something for it, brother. I'm like, damn. I'm looking at it like it'd be up and down, up and down. I thought, I'm about to sell this shit and give me some money. I got to get in now and get out, but it is what it is.
No,
but,
this ain't Bitcoin. Yeah. This ain't Bitcoin.
No doubt.
They were like, the stock is going down. I'm like, just give it a minute.
Don't forget
let it breathe.
The Eternals,
right?
Yeah, the Eternals. Don't forget about
the
that.
Eternals are still. This is a heavy year for them. This is a very heavy year for them.
I'm so excited for Eternals. I think that's going to surprise the shit out of everybody. I can't wait for that movie, man.
Yeah, I mean, it changes the game. It literally changes the game because now once again they're traveling into something that was just mentioned before. They haven't even gone. Now we're talking about space gods, pretty much. They're just like Kevin Feige was probably sitting in his office with his feet kicked up and just doesn't take that baseball cap off. He just says, "The sky's the limit."
Honestly, what does he really have to do? Everything is presented to him on a platter. All he got to do is eat. That's all he got to do. He got people bringing him shit from every direction. He's got a team. People, do I want the lobster? Do I want the crab legs? Do I want the steak? You know what I'm saying? Like, he got the
Let's have all three.
Give me everything. And I want bitches come and drop some grapes in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? That's all he got to do. He don't got to do shit. He just sit and present. I'm like, he's like, to me, more of a figurehead, not the mastermind. You know what I'm saying? And
I call him the blueprint master because whoever he has a team.
That nigga's the king.
Obviously, he has
a team, but is he working?
That's he's working.
I don't
because it was his idea for Black Panther. He said, "I want to bring this character in. It's time. It's way past time.
I want to." But did he execute? Like, hey, make that shit happen. And they did it.
I think it was a plan that he put in motion so long ago, and it was so efficient that it just looks like it runs itself. But I think he because if you go back to a lot of movies, they've been plotting a lot of the things that pay off later on from the very beginning. Mm-hmm. So I definitely think it was planned meticulously. And like you're saying, I mean, not to take nothing away from the directors, obviously they all played their part in the writing.
They had a hell of a game plan.
But I think when you go into Marvel, I think there's pretty much a blueprint for what this movie has to be about, and you get to kind of flesh it out. So
this is in this situation that's going on right now because they're getting ready to have Shang-Chi in the Legend of the Ten Rings drop.
10 bracelets,
I can't remember the actor's name. But he put a tweet out saying, when are we going to have an Asian hero story? And Kevin Feige tweeted back, we're giving you a call. This is the second time this has happened because Mahershala Ali called him and said, I want to do Blade. Like, he was like, yeah, we wanted to call you. So it's like, I don't
know about that one.
I don't know about that shit either.
I don't knock it.
I don't know about that.
I don't know. It's him though.
That's very bad casting.
Oh,
he's a good actor.
He's a good actor. Damn,
I don't know. I don't see him as Blade though.
Nope.
Cottonmouth for sure.
That's it. That's
I
it.
can't call him Cottonmouth because he don't want me to call him.
And then I didn't get to find out about this one, but there are rumors running about that somebody or somebodies maybe still keeping their role as what they played from the Netflix series. Which one it is? Charlie
Luke goddamn Cage.
Charlie Cox stands a very strong lead, and I will say
he fell out with Marvel, old boy that you talking about. Luke, he fell out.
Who the guy that played Luke?
Mike Coulter.
He fell out. They I don't know what the fuck he did, but they was like, "You're done." I don't know. You know, he's one of them difficult type actors. I don't know, but it is what it is.
Probably
I hope not.
Something happened, but
yeah,
I know.
Man.
I did too.
Matter of fact, Charlie Cox, Mike Coulter, and John Barenthal all stand a very strong possibility of keeping their roles.
I hope Mike Coulter come back because him and Luke Cage, man. I don't want to see nobody else's power, man. That was.
I like to see.
Right. Hey, what if Terry Crews came in? He was powerful.
Hell no. Hell no. I'm so tired of Terry Crews, man.
Nah.
All they gonna do is flex his pecs.
One minute you standing with him, the next minute he somehow put his foot in his mouth, and I'm like, dude, come on, pick a battle. You just can't. I'm with you 1 minute, the next minute you screw.
Oh, foot.
Yeah, not the toe. The whole
his calf muscle.
He ankle deep.
Nah, fuck that nigga up to his knees now. That motherfucker.
I'm like, dude, just hush and sit down for a little bit.
I can't see Terry Crews doing it.
He was a fan. He was a fan favorite. You know, when it was rumored some years ago.
Nah,
he was a fan favorite.
Maybe back when it was supposed to start, I could have seen it, but now, now that I see Mike Coulter do it and do it damn well, and I want to go back and watch Luke Cage 1 and 2 just because, but then I don't want to put myself through that.
It's a well-told story. It's just a well-told
of seeing it again, knowing that there's no more at this point.
Luke Cage was a well-told story, and so was Daredevil. Those were probably their two strongest, and Punisher was a very close third. Because Jessica Jones, you can do without.
Man, look, when he was in that, when they got Punisher dude, and when they let them guard, and he just started slaughtering inmates, and dude, that was, you cannot tell me that wasn't gangster.
That was one of the hardest scenes.
Yeah, he leaking like they coming in, and he handled it like dude. That is the craziest Marvel shit I have seen in a long time. When I say he put the P in Punisher, he put it in there.
Yeah,
you gotta give him props with them scenes, man. I was like, wow.
And not only that, but Vincent D'Onofrio's role as Kingpin, was flat.
I would like to see him reprise his role as Kingpin.
Yeah, so I would. You know what? Well, yeah, because if Charlie Cox is in the running, I'm pretty sure Vincent D'Onofrio was not far behind, because even he stated that he would love to still play the role because he played it damn well.
Yeah,
he played it damn well. I like him better than, and dare I say it, but I like his Kingpin better than the Kingpin we got from Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
It was something about, I don't know. It was.
I think it was a different kind of Kingpin.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
that Kingpin was more for his family. I don't want that Kingpin.
Yeah, and he always has been, but he was more
ruthless.
Whiny. No, the Into the Spider-Verse one.
He was definitely on his Scott Summers role.
Yeah, he was on the Scott Summers role, and he was very hands-on. Kingpin. From my readings of Kingpin, he's not that hands-on like that. Like, he makes moves.
Oh no,
not at all. Yeah,
he's cold, calculated. If it can't be linked to him, then that's what he gonna do.
Yeah,
he doesn't. He's just even though you don't want Kingpin to get on your ass.
Oh,
but it wasn't that type of case. Like, y'all handle that. I got money. Handle that. And that's the type
like literally right now, he's the mayor of New York.
Yeah.
he's the mayor of New York, and you know he's the mayor of New York, and the people that know who Kingpin is, Peter Parker, Daredevil, all these guys, they're just like, there is nothing we can do to literally stop him because now he has the power, literally, to shut us down, and we have to tread lightly on how we take him out. And we can't do it because in the public eye, he's the savior because of stuff that happened in the past. So in the public eye, he's the savior. But to all his cronies and all these other little criminal empires and everything else, they're like, oh, guess what? We got carte blanche. All we got to do is link up with him. We got carte blanche. We can do whatever the fuck we want.
He's almost like DC's opposite, like type Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
not quite as smart as Lex Luthor. You know, cold, calculated.
I think he coded it, Lex.
He's cold. He's cold.
Know, man. Lex got his hands dirty. Lex would get his hands.
Oh
yeah. But not Kingpin. He wasn't like that. Kingpin like, nah, pull the limo up. I'm out. You know, Lex would get in the suit and knock heads. Me and Superman, we going at it. I got some kryptonite right here if you need it. Kingpin wasn't like that, man. Kingpin was more laid back. He was just like, yo, I'm paying you to handle this business. If you don't handle it, I'm gonna handle you. But he wasn't like that, you know.
He has chess pieces in play. I remember an issue of Avengers I was reading, and the entire team was there, Luke and everybody. And in this particular scene, Luke Cage has said, "This is a looky-loo." No, Peter Parker had said it. Spider-Man said, "This is a looky-loo," and everybody was like, "A looky-loo," and then and then Daredevil chimed in. He says, "Yeah, that's when a crime is committed on one side of the boroughs, and all the police are going to that crime, but the real crime is happening on the other side of town."
Yes, sleight of hand.
Yeah, and that's what it was. And it was like, and that's what they said too. They were like, "Oh, you mean sleight of hand?" And Peter Parker was like, "No, I call it a looky-loo because that's what it is." He's like, him and Daredevil, because originally Kingpin was a Spider-Man villain. And so, but I think it just works better with Daredevil, which it does. It works best with both of them. It really does. And
those two, were so intertwined because Hell's Kitchen, Brooklyn, New York, it was more intertwined.
They're the street level. Even though Spider-Man fights like little higher grade level criminals, he's still like the street level. Him, Luke, Daredevil, sometimes Jessica when the mood hits. They're like the street level. Like, we got to get this shit cleaned up down here. That's cool and all that, you know. Y'all fighting these big guys, you know. But right now, you know, we got to handle this shit that's down here in the gutters right now, you know. So,
my apologies, fellas. My final camera went down, so
that's cool.
I'm going to have to depart at this point. I do want to say thank y'all for having me on again, man. I definitely appreciate it. It's always enlightening and entertaining.
Oh, no problem, man. We glad you came on for the season finale of both shows, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Oh, this the finale? Oh, my bad.
This our season finale.
Oh, thank you, Jesus. I made it, baby.
Man, y'all brothers have a good night, man.
Well, thanks again,
right,
G-Blakk.
You too, Blake. Appreciate you, bro.
All right, peace.
But yeah, it stands to question that there are a lot of things that go on between all that stuff, and they just right now the MCU has,
dude, sky's the limit, man.
Yeah,
they can't lose. They playing with house money.
They can't. It's like, damn, I wish I could bet them. It's like the Browns winning the Super Bowl. No, the opposite.
The opposite.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They just can't. They can't lose. No matter
like
what.
The Patriots of the movie films right now. They just can't. They just keep winning.
Exactly.
They just keep winning. They
and San Francisco at the same time.
Yeah.
And the Steelers.
They just keep winning.
Yep.
I mean, I can literally see them saying stuff like when they had when the Fox property had all the mutant stuff. When Fox had all the mutant properties. And I know they were sitting back there in the executive offices, just like, just give it time.
We got it. We got
You're like,
all they were saying
they're gonna
was,
fuck this one up.
Wait till we get our hands on that property again, because you got to remember when Marvel sold off all their stuff, most of those companies had in their thing that they had to make a film every so often to keep hold of that property. If not, it would revert back to Marvel. That's why you kept seeing all these fucking Spider-Man reboots and them kept telling the same story because they just had to make something.
And, all this Fantastic
they
Four
had to do something
shit,
to try to keep that property. And when they couldn't, they was like, it's declining. We just can't keep remaking these movies because we have no direction. That's why the merger happened.
They knew what to do. They knew exactly.
So Marvel waited their time. They was like, we got to sell all this stuff off. We gonna keep some of our stuff.
Yeah, because they were bankrupt. They were in bankruptcy.
Yeah,
they were in bankruptcy, and that's why they
look
sold.
At them now,
man.
They can't even tell they lost money.
Right? Marvel was like, you would never know that over 15 years ago, we wouldn't be where we are right now. Like
exactly
15 years ago, Marvel wasn't even.
Shit. Like they really had at the time, and that was on Fox, was the X-Men cartoon and the Spider-Man cartoon. That's what they and Fox had that, and they were just like, once these movies started making us money, somewhere somebody was like, take that money, flip it. Somebody said flip it.
You know who it was?
Flip this shit.
You know who it was? It was
we got you.
And then when they got enough money, they were like, now we got our own movie studio. Huh? Like, wait.
Fox over there like, oh shit.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
And the first hit they said, it was like, we're gonna put Iron Man out.
No doubt.
What?
But see, the thing is, though, I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna be done. If I was Stan Lee, though, man, everything in Jack Kirby they created, I would be very, very. I'll be happy at the same time. Y'all fucked my shit up because I gave away all. Don't get me wrong. It's so much in between that time frame, so much content, so many characters, so much of this and that. And can you honestly, truly say that right now, that Stan Lee is really, really happy right now? He might be happy with the final product, but at the same, me and Chris, I told you this before. I think he kind of pissed because when you work so hard in the 50s, 60s to come out, Spider-Man and all this, damn, y'all done flipped my shit around so much and profited so much where I'm like a advisor. I can't say shit. I can fuck you. And they do what they want to do.
Like certain changes.
They made Stan Lee a stepchild of his own creation, dude. That's what they did.
But I don't think he was.
He was still getting paper.
He was still getting paper, and I don't think he was like disappointed. Like, I mean, he made
because he was getting paper, but
I think he was disappointed with Fox.
When you create something on your own from scratch, and you cultivate.
I think he was just happy to see it on screen.
No doubt, but still, that ain't what I wrote. That ain't what we wrote, and they just took it to a whole nother level. I would be upset. I'll be like, thank you for making in my final days. I didn't die bankrupt. I got this money. But at the same time, y'all took all my characters that I made over the years and basically did what the hell y'all wanted to do with it. And I had to suck that shit up. That's what he did.
I think he played a role in it. I don't think
he did. But once you start signing away rights, that's your life. Yeah. Just right now, if Blur's Eye View say y'all give it up, they start coming in, you making money. And with DC and Fury, I need y'all to do this. Huh? What? Here's another 100.
Which is why we will never go corporate. No.
I mean, that's the game, though.
It is the game. But it's people who manage to hold on to a lot of their rights, and some people do it, some people can't.
Well, we see this all the time. We see this all in the comic book industry. Jerry Siegel
everywhere. Music.
Yeah. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, no lie, created Superman. And they sold it.
Cleveland, Ohio.
And they sold it for $200. And look at what that one character, how well known he is, the franchise that
and I bet you they rolling in their grave. Like, dang.
That family.
I think they more pissed than Stan Lee should be.
Yeah, that family fought so hard just to have their name attached to the price of any cartoon, TV show, movie, whatever.
Hey, you see it now created by, like, it'd be like Superman, the only one that get that created by, and maybe Batman sometimes.
It's Batman now too, because it was for the longest time it was just Batman created by Bob Kane. Bill Finger never got a recognition until just like maybe several years ago. So now when you see stuff like when you see another Batman franchise and say Batman created by Bob Kane and Bill Finger. So
damn, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I seen the Bob Kane. I didn't even know who the hell Bob Finger was until this day.
And that was the problem. It was like, hey, he didn't do it by himself, and like the guy's not alive to say anything. It takes the family to, like with the Schuster and Siegel family, they were like, no, you can't do it until you contact us.
When you give away your rights,
and they had to
copyrights.
They fought a very long
parental rights. The kids don't give up your parental rights, man.
Yeah,
that's right.
Own your masters. Prince said it. Own your masters.
So did Michael.
Yeah, Michael said it too. Own your masters.
Minus the kids at the franchise at the crib. And all that shit.
But we are. We just cleared an hour. This has been. This has been the season finale of Blurred's Eye View After Dark. We were talking about the last 2 episodes of Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and no words yet if there's going to be a season 2. No words yet, but I think after the news of them doing a 4th Captain America movie, who knows?
I don't know if I'm going to see a second season.
I mean, who knows? Whatever happens,
I'd rather see the movie pick it up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think whatever happened. I mean, Kevin Feige already said it. Whatever's happening in shows transfers over to the movie, so you still get a continuation of that storyline. And I think whatever happens, once this 4th film drops, and they say, okay, now we'll do a second season as the filler. Like this is the filler between this film done and then another film. I can see them doing that. It's probably the best fucking genius move they can do, and it's probably the truest form of film and television connection of a franchise. I haven't seen it done anywhere else. I haven't seen it done anywhere else. So
nah, not to this extent.
Hey, my brother, I gotta get up here real quick, yo.
All right, Mr. Deacon, thanks for coming on, man. We getting ready to close out, so
appreciate you.
Thanks for coming on, brother.
Much love.
All right,
holla back.
Yep,
definitely.
Yeah. So, and now we're 2. It's amazing how this show started. Well, Blurred's Eye View actually started with just us 2, and now it's ending with just us 2.
Very apropos.
Yeah, I mean, this is a very
inevitable.
Inevitable, sobering moment. It's
been a hell of a journey.
It has. I couldn't have done none of this without you, man. For real. Candy B too. But we started this thing together. I had an idea of something I wanted to do, and I came to you, and the bond that we had, that we share, and the camaraderie we got, and the energy that we rock with, just it has not been matched, and I don't think it will be matched. And I appreciate you, so I want to thank you, brother. And for all the fans out there who have shown support and follow us on all the social media and on the podcast links and everything else, man, continue to do so. We have so much coming up for you. We will not be back next week because we are taking a break. So this is also the season finale, and we'll probably be starting that one on the 5th, starting the second season of this show on the 15th as well. I don't know what's coming out yet. I don't have a slate schedule in front of me, but I am sure that here, I'll play this. This speaks it in volumes.
What? I didn't understand a one word you said. Ron, are you okay? Ron. Ron, where are you?
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
That's what this show has meant for me. Doing this is a glass case of emotion. It's been some ups, it's been some downs, but it's been way more ups than downs. And we'll continue to bring you some great content. We'll continue to talk about some great stuff. And man, continue following us, man. Continue supporting. You know, we are always, our platform has been designed to show POC creatives and give them a place to talk about their work, whether you're a writer or an actor or an artist. And we continue to do so, man. It's so many people to thank. And like I said on Blur's Eye View, I'll be writing up a post. It might be pretty wordy. Because it's a lot of people. We've had a lot of people this past season. And you know, there's obviously going to be some changes for our format because technically this is our 4th season. We were doing like 8-episode shows, and this 4th season I decided to take it upon myself. I'm like, you know what, I'm making my own formula. I got to be true to myself. I can't do it for nobody else, and just counted it as such. So to all of you out there who are listening, to all of you who've watched us and continue to support us, thank you so much. Please continue to work. Thank you again. Like I say on every show, educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. And until next time when we meet again, this is Chris Fury with my host DC, co-host DC. We're out.